What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Rashada Reviews with your host Jarrell and co-host Stu.
Woo!
You're already excited already. This coming out the gates. I love that. This is a show where we do reviews of new albums that came out, as well as have some frosty cold drinks and a couple of shots, courtesy of And today's shots is Jägermeister, which is perfect for a blazing hot day in the studio here in lovely New Jersey. How are you feeling the weather today, man? It's hot as fucking balls, right?
Yeah, that it is.
Yeah, so we're drinking these syrupy tasting shots that might help cool us down.
Quite humid too.
Yes.
I got my cool towel though.
Look like you're about to jump into a ring and fight somebody. You know, you got the gloves on. Well, it's a tiny towel actually, so you're about to fight a midget, I bet. You got a little stuff in your hair. I wanted to tell you. I don't know if you want to do the whole show. Not that anyone can see you, but
What is it?
it's like lint.
No, it's probably psoriasis.
Okay, let's just say it's lint for all the ladies out there. He is a eligible bachelor, ready for any love
With psoriasis.
All right, and also we're gonna try a beer today. It's from the makers of Coors Light, Citrus Radler. Did you try it yet?
I took a sip and it's actually pretty good. And I hate Coors. I despise Coors. So
Coors is really bland. This is like basically a mixture of regular Coors Light, and it looks like they put like orange in it. So I'll try mine.
The
Can you open
citrus
mine quick?
overpowers the beer flavor, so I don't mind it because Coors beer tastes like shit.
All right, so it's basically like
I'll drink Paps before Coors.
Does it taste
Light.
more like orange juice or lemonade? Let me find out. It's a good little stingy taste.
Paps is the official punk rock beer, though.
It's official poor man's beer.
Yeah, poor man. Well, that's why it ends up at punk
or
shows.
if you're in Brooklyn or where is that? Williamson, New York.
Why there?
Because that's where all the hipsters hang out.
That's
where they
hipsters like their
like
cheap
their
beer?
PBR. Yeah. You didn't know that? Because
No.
it's even though they can afford like a more expensive drink, it's cool to buy cheap things. You know, it's in thrift shops, cheap beer,
Thrift shops,
and lots of indie music. And speaking of music, we're going to be reviewing a couple albums, like I said, one by Zedd and one by 21 Pilots. So it's a shorter show than normally. Normally we do 3, but today we're just going to be doing 2. So let's get to the introductions now. How was your weekend going so far, Stu?
Slept a lot. I was slightly disappointed I couldn't pick up my new used car till Monday.
What'd you get again?
But I got to get paid. Nissan Altima.
Nissan Altima. My mom used to drive that 20 years ago. So I hope you're not driving her car, actually.
No, it's not that old.
Okay. Yeah.
You know they do still make them.
Yeah, well, she actually drove a 98 one, too, so.
Okay.
Is it that old?
No,
Okay.
no.
All right. So, what color is it, basically?
Gray.
That's cool. All right. So, I can't wait to be riding around shotgun cruising for chicks, you know?
Yep. Yeah, I know. It's an average car.
Yeah, for an average man.
Yeah, I'd rather
With
be
an
on
average
I'd
size
rather be on the
penis.
DL than attract attention.
Yeah, yeah. So, no tinted windows, so,
No,
No.
nothing like that.
no subwoofers in the back. You gotta soup it up, man.
No, I'll get a system in it.
All right. Cool. So, actually, what I want to sell my car, actually, at some point, and I put a head unit in there, and I'm thinking if I sell it, that would give me more. I could sell it for more, right?
No. No, you know what? Nobody cares about add-ons with a car.
Yeah.
Nobody cares because they want to put their own add-ons anyway. They don't want your crappy old add-ons.
Well, they don't want the old stereo. If I take it out, then they have no radio. They have to go through the effort of putting one in. So I'm doing them a favor, right?
No, it's the same as if you had the stock one in there. They don't. That most people do not care. They like to pick out their own stereo equipment.
Shit. So it looks like
Same with rims. You're not going to get. Oh, I spent $2,000 on these rims. You're not going to get more money for your car if you sell it with fancy rims on.
So what do you suggest?
Nobody cares.
In that case with the rims, should they take the rims off and sell it?
Yeah, if you have the original rims, yeah, you might want to sell the rims separate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
No, I mean if you bought like the ones that spin on their own, like crazy rims. I mean my rims spin when the car's moving, so they're not as cool. But I'm talking about the ones that spin when the car's going to stop. You know,
spinners. Yeah.
Yeah, they spinning, nigga. They spinning. Well, that's all you did this weekend. Let me get into mine. So yesterday, let me put this up here so it don't fall over. All right, yesterday was my grandparent-in-law's 50th anniversary. and they live in Bumblefuck, Pennsylvania. Uh, I don't want to disgrace the town if I can even think of the name, but fucking,
Buttsville.
it's fucking far. It starts with an A. I won't blast the town
It's
in
not
case you're listening,
Buttsville.
but it's fucking
It's
far.
not intercourse.
No, it wasn't Amish territory. No, it was up in the northern area from where we are, northwest, obviously. So we're going on 78. I drive with my parents, and basically they have a GPS in their car, and it wasn't telling us, so I put the GPS in on my phone, and it says where to go. And then when we're almost about 9 minutes away from our turn, the road to exit off was closed. And then if you don't know about Pennsylvania, if you once you pass the exit, you have to go another like 10 miles to the next one before you flip around. And the directions say to go all the way to the next exit, which is like 10 miles away. Get off, come around, and come back. Now the trick here is, Stu, you know about how when you go to PA, there's tolls, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we
There's
paid
tolls everywhere.
Yeah, there's
but-
tolls everywhere, unfortunately. So we're going there, pay the toll to get on, and then when we miss the turn, we have to get off and go back around the toll to get off. Make a U-turn, get back on, pay the toll again. So that's 3 times we paid the toll, and we're coming back. No, we're coming back south towards our exit to try to get on the other side. And what do you think happened when we got back there?
You had to pay a toll third time.
No, when we got back to our exit, because we were going north, the exit off the ramp was closed. We're coming south to get off the exit on that side because the road we're going on is like kind of an overpass. The exit on that side was closed, but they don't tell you what to do. So we had to end up pulling up to. So my theory is there any reason why they would close roads and not tell you what to do next? No detours. I'm thinking they wanted that's Pennsylvania's devilish way of collecting more tolls.
Well, I don't know. I guess they figure everybody's got GPS and they can just go down one more exit and then take back roads to get there.
Yeah, but the GPS didn't know that. The GPS is saying go back to you missed it. This is the GPS telling us you fucker, you missed a turn. Go to the next exit, get off, get back on, and come back around.
Yeah, some of them you can go in and edit the route.
Yeah, wish I
You
knew
can
that
edit
now.
the route and say to avoid this road,
Uh-huh.
and then it recalculate avoiding that road. It's
You get
it's
yeah.
a huge pain in the ass though.
I had to we had to pull over to basically one of those rest stops and get this, kids. We had to get a map, pull a map out, and read it ourselves and figure out how to get from where we are, or figure out where you are first, because it doesn't tell you where you are on a map, the paper maps, and then try to figure out how to get to the town and look for the roads and figure out where to go. So all in all, we paid 4 tolls just to get there to this bumblefuck party in this pavilion outside of a church for their 50th anniversary. All in all, it was a bunch of old people playing like music from the Beach Boys, all that shit. What are you looking at? What are you looking at? You're looking over there.
I'm looking at the dog. The
The
dog's barking
the
to come
dog,
out here.
the dog trying to get in the studio. That's what Stu's looking at.
Should I let her in? Or
Yeah,
out?
you can try, see what happens.
All right. She might bark. I don't know.
Well, that's a good thing I got these mics so they won't hear. But yeah, Stu's about to let the dog into the studio, see what happens. You might hear a little jingling or barking. He might be adding his 2 cents into that one. But anyhow,
She's fine.
cool. So, where was I? Oh yeah, so we get to the parties. They're playing music like Beach Boys, all that 50s music from when they were married and all that stuff. It's fucking boring, but food was all right. And that was my...
What, they had a DJ?
The DJ was fucking stereo.
Oh.
And then they had a bunch of CDs. They put music in. And actually the grandfather, he listens to polka because he plays the accordion. So they threw some polka music on. And then it's like, well,
I know how to play the baritone horn, so I can relate a little bit.
If a guy knows how to
boom,
clear...
boom, boom.
A guy knows how to clear a party out, that's what you got to do. Put some polka music on. But the only problem is it's fucking pouring thunder, so we were stuck in a pavilion. Couldn't escape it. We're trapped with polka music. But good food and no beer, because we're right outside of a church. So it was...
Dry County?
No, it's a church, so they didn't want to bring alcohol to a church. And I'm like, well, what about the wine for communion?
yeah.
Why is that okay? Why can't you?
Because you'll only take a sip of it.
I could take many, many sips. Like right now. There you go. Quick little sip. There we go. But whatever. So that was my eventful weekend. I'm sorry it wasn't as exciting as it was as being there, but It was a lot more exciting than yours sounds like.
Yeah, I did a lot of sleeping, and
But all that's going to change next week, because where are you going next weekend?
I did yard work, and
Oh, tell us about the yard work. You
nah,
landscaping. What did you do?
nah, just
Mow the lawn?
picking up sticks and shit.
And shit. You should teach your dog to poop in the toilet like everyone else's.
I don't want to get into the dog's pooping habits, but she doesn't know about
Habits.
She doesn't know about outside. She doesn't know. She goes outside. It's not a pooping area. It's like a fun runaround type thing.
So where's your
And
dog
then she
shit then?
holds it and then poops back inside.
Oh,
she's
she's like, I'm too classy for this
she's-
outdoor shitting.
yeah.
You poop in the house. Why can't I poop in the
she's
house?
paper trained.
Well, you little
Shits on the papers.
small steps at a time. You know, first, because that's how we all started, right? First shitting in paper.
Yeah.
Then we learned to be housebroken. So, So, Stu, what are you doing next weekend? That's going to be our more exciting episode when you tell us about that, right?
Oh, about Tennessee?
Tennessee.
Yes.
Exciting place. He's going to an all-exclusive rave, right? Or what do you call them? A party. You don't call them raves because that's too trendy, right?
It depends. If it's got like multiple genres of EDM, then it's pretty much a rave. But if it's just dubstep, it's more or less just a party.
Oh, it's the party you're going to then.
Yeah. Oh, well, I don't know. I haven't been told anything about it other than I got a ride there and a hotel room. So
Cool.
you know,
I'm excited to hear how great that is because I haven't been to Tennessee ever.
Frankie Moonchild didn't divulge anything about it.
Oh, that's the guy throwing it.
But DJ Unicron, DJ Moonchild, they're not throwing it, but they're DJing there.
All right, so let us know how it is next week then. You want to get into some stories? Or do you want to get into some...
Oh!
Uh-oh. Little John says the cue. Saying the show's getting a little too dull. Time to do some shots now. Courtesy our friends out in Germany.
Once again,
Germany is sponsoring our shots tonight.
we like the Jägermeister so much we had to bring it back.
It might be making more my trips throughout our career. You know, there's so many different types of shots we can do. And there's so much money we're not making right now. So we have to just go by what we can do.
Maybe
All right.
Colcock can sponsor us.
You said cock. All right.
No, it's good whiskey.
Cool. All right. A toast.
All right, Jaeger, down the hatch.
All right. Let's get into some of these stories in the segment called Stu's Views. Stu's Views. Stu's Views.
It's not as good without a sample. Really, you really
We-
gotta. We really need somebody to record.
We are
a
in
sample
guerrilla
there.
style right now. Eventually, we will get to that point. Now, this first story I got from the smokinggun.com, and I had my lovely wife, Mrs. S, printed out for me. And luckily, or unfortunately, her font is so tiny, I'm going to have to put the paper to my goddamn face to read it. So I apologize if this is going to sound a little choppy. But this story is entitled Buttlicker. So, a Louisiana woman is facing a public bribery charge after allegedly making an indecent proposition to a cop who arrested her for pummeling her living boyfriend, according to court records. Diane Thomas, 52, was busted earlier this month for punching her boo in the face multiple times and scratching him with her fingernails during a confrontation at the couple's Monroe home. When Thomas was read her Miranda rights by the Monroe Police Department officer, she stated that her boyfriend was being a bitch. Added that he got in her face, so she beat his ass. After Thomas was handcuffed, she told Corporal Chris Ballard that she could not go to jail since she had a good job. And from the look of her mugshot, I say she really didn't want to lose that cashier job at Walmart.
Hey, they get paid $12 an hour now, so
So she was right. It was a good
it's
job.
not that bad.
Yes. So at one point, Thomas allegedly made Ballard an offer he would refuse. If you won't take me to jail, I will go on my knees right now, she reportedly declared. Already facing a misdemeanor domestic abuse charge, Thomas was hit with a felony count for allegedly offering to lick Corporal Ballard, who's pitched above.
Wait. The chick said she would give the cop a rim job?
Yeah,
Did
to
the
get out of a ticket.
Wait, was there any contemplation? Was there like,
Look at her picture.
Yeah, doesn't matter what she looks like.
Okay.
Really, you're not gonna see her lick your butt. But
You know about.
why would the officer actually want that? I never heard of anybody that would. Yeah, I really want my ass licked and nothing else. I will pay good money.
She's smiling at her mugshot, so I think she. I don't think she really was thinking that clearly, or she might have been on something at the time. But now she is. She's been subsequently freed on a $5,000 bond, and I had the page of her actual police report, but we couldn't print it out unfortunately. But I want to bring up to this point here about women and us as well. Have you ever? Me and you both been pulled over before for reasons whether we did it or didn't do it,
Yes.
unfair or fair, just
That damn turn signal thing. I had my turn signal on. He just wanted to pull me over.
exactly.
He thought I was avoiding him.
Have you ever thought of doing something to get out of a ticket that badly, or do you wish you'd had at least tried something?
No.
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 You just give, because I know if I did it, they would consider my tongue a concealed weapon and shoot me on the site.
I mean,
But-
what do you mean, like hiding something,
No, I mean like a cop pulls you over,
or
and you don't
like
want to
actually trying to barter with him?
Have you ever tried to weasel out of getting a ticket? Whether you say like, I didn't see it, I'm new to this country, or I can't go back to jail, or I have a good job. Apparently, you could try that.
Okay,
too.
yeah, I did say that one time when I was getting arrested. I said, "Don't arrest me. I don't want to lose my student loan." Or it was financial aid. Financial aid. I don't want to lose my financial aid. Please, please.
Is that what they do? Or means to go to your college and take it away?
I think you can. I think they can take away your financial aid.
What?
Yeah.
I never heard that before.
I don't know. Maybe it's not true. I don't know.
You-
But that's I thought it.
You were grabbing
At the time,
straws that day.
At the time, I was pretty wasted, and that's what I thought. Don't take away my financial aid.
What happened when they pulled you over? What was that situation about?
A weed.
Oh, weed.
Yeah.
Okay.
They saw me crack a blunt and dump the blunt guts out at 7-Eleven.
Where cops
And-
always hide out, by the way. So that was your first mistake.
Yeah. And then they followed us, and the guy that I was with made a sharp turn, and they saw the sharp turn and was like, "Woo!" turning on the cherries. And I had to hide a half ounce in my sock.
Uh-huh.
And I thought everything was good. I ate the blunt, which
Nice.
was pretty gross. Frontal leaf, blunt paper.
What
Doesn't taste too good.
Okay.
And so
Because when I
got
watched,
pulled over,
yeah, go
and
ahead.
everything was fine, but they found a little one-hitter on me.
Mhm.
And they never found the weed. So after I got arrested, I went home and smoked a whole shitload of weed to try to forget it.
You skipped a really important part. After I got arrested, I went home. Usually, when you get arrested, you don't go home immediately.
No, well, pretty much. I just went to the station for a little while. They processed me, and then I went home.
Oh, so your parents picked you up and they were not happy, I bet.
No.
Okay.
And that was the same occasion when I was. Don't take away my financial aid.
yeah. I was gonna bring up this story. You were there for that. Last time.
It cost me a lot of money, and now there's all this legalization and shit.
Okay. No, I mean the story I was gonna bring up was the one you were at. We were coming back from
Roxy and Dukes.
Roxy and Dukes, yes, and I know we're gonna debate what actually happened, but when I crossed the intersection is 45 miles an hour, but to get to that intersection,
Oh my God.
I was like, all right, I got to speed up to beat the light.
No, you saw the light was green and you gunned it.
Yeah, because I didn't want the light to turn yellow and red
And there was
have to wait.
2 cops, not just one.
Right.
There was one facing us and one parked on the side of the road the other direction.
Okay, so the one that was parked in the other direction is the one I saw.
I saw it too, and then I see you gunning, and I didn't have time to say, slow down. But it was too late. You just, I was like, oh, 2 cops.
I saw the one, and when you said slow down, I slowed down, and then I passed the one that I said I saw the one that was on the side, our right side. And then when we were about to make our turn into where we're going, that's when they pull it. They love to do that. Like, you're almost home. I think they run your plates, and like, oh, let's follow him till he's almost out of our jurisdiction. But then when they saw, oh, shit, he lives, like, right here. Better put the cherries on now. Anyway.
You were lucky as hell with that
I
one.
was, because he asked that question.
There was no drugs involved.
Yeah, he asked that question. Have you been drinking? I said, no. He went away, came back. He said, are you sure? Because I can just check. Use it. They have this machine, not the breathalyzer, where they can check to see if you have been drinking, not your blood alcohol level. So when he asked, I can test you, see if you had any alcohol at all. So Last Chance, I was like, oh shit. You remember that awkward silence that me and him both had?
Oh yeah,
And I was like, and he pulled me out, and then he did like the line shit and the light on my eyes and everything like that. But I noticing every time he put the light on one side of my face, I had to follow with my eyes, and then the other side, that light kept going further and further away from my eyes every time.
Well, that would have been number 2 for you too.
Yeah, yeah. What was that? What you ever had that when they're shining the light and they keep moving it so far away and they like just dart it back to the other side and you have to follow it, which was no problem for me because if you remember when we left the bar, I was drinking water and I just wanted to. I waited till I was fine to dry before I left. Yeah.
I think they realized that after. Well, I think they were more relieved that there were no drugs, like our eyes weren't shot out or anything.
They were not relieved. They want to find drugs.
Well, okay, not relieved, but they knew that wasn't a route they could take.
I think the road. I think the word you're looking for. They were disappointed that there were no drugs to find. They were disappointed that
damn it, sober people.
Yeah, they were disappointed that I was fine, and the cop was like, "Next time someone asks you if you've been drinking, if you're in best interest, say yes." And I'm like, I was like, okay, but fucking bullshit, bullshit, because that's more shit they'll have on you. The trick is, kids, deny until they have proof. That's my advice for all children, because you don't want them to stop you.
And don't ever make any deals because they all fall through. They'll make deals to cut you a break, and then a year later they'll prosecute you after they prosecuted the other people that you made deals with. So.
Oh, you've had that before? You've done a deal?
Yeah.
What was the deal you done?
I don't even want to talk about it.
All right,
but they still prosecuted me a year later.
Well, we're here now, man.
And I was like, and you know, by that point, you can't be like, oh, you remember that deal I struck with you last year?
Mm-hmm.
You know, they don't care. They're just like,
you're
under arrest.
Yeah. So that was my last brushing with the law, but I never thought about licking a cop's butt to get out of it. I mean, I know girls pull that like shit, like like you're seeing like the movies on like Skinemax and shit, where the cop pulls a girl over.
You wouldn't actually lick the cop's butt to get out of something big?
I'm thinking that too. That's a good question. If it was really gonna cost me my job, and he would accept my tongue in his asshole, yeah, I guess I'd do it.
Yeah.
Because I'm a family man now. I have a lot to risk. I know it's disgusting, and I will never speak of it again after it happens.
That's how harsh the punishment is.
Yeah.
You're willing to lick somebody's asshole for getting out of the wicked punishments.
It's the way the cops are, man. They're like fucking. I don't want to say they're Nazis, but they have that power, and they're gonna do it. They're gonna take advantage of that power. I'm surprised this cop didn't take advantage of it. Maybe it wasn't worth it. You know, maybe because the way she looked or whatever the case may be, he wasn't gonna accept the rim job. Or the dash cam was the problem because we've been getting shit back in the precinct. Oh, look, you had that girl lick your asshole.
Oh yeah, the technology. There's cameras everywhere, and we're finding out, all the cases of abuse,
police brutality.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, well, this would be the opposite of police brutality. It'd be the cop was the one that was getting the brutalized or whatever the word is towards them. For having that girl, the way she looks, licking his butt. Who knows where her mouth has been, you know? All right.
She could get herpes of the anus.
Let's get to a more happier, lighthearted story now, which I'm a little more excited about. Do you remember...
I thought this was an album review. Are we ever going to get to...
Yeah, damn it. Wait.
All right.
We got to get your opinion on things, and that was a good conversation.
Oh,
man.
Sorry. It's still Stu's views. I thought that was
Stu's views, and we're gonna get to the album reviews in a minute. Got one more story before that. Can you hold out for one more story?
Yeah.
All right. Do you remember the show Johnny Quest?
Yeah.
Did you watch it as a kid?
As a kid? No, I was like a teenager.
Oh, because I remember watching it when in the 80s, but I didn't know the show was as old as it really is.
Oh no, I only remember it as a teenager.
What do you remember about the show? Since you were older, you remember more than I do, probably.
There was like some guy with a turban that was part of the crew.
Yes, Haji.
Yeah, Haji. There was a dog.
Uh-huh.
And some stupid kid.
Named
I think
Johnny
that was
Quest.
Johnny Quest.
Yes.
Yeah.
What did they do? Do you remember?
They flew around in some little airplane thing and went to different countries and solved mysteries like Scooby-Doo.
Right. So you're on the right track because Hanna-Barbera did Johnny Quest 2 back in the 60s.
Oh, okay.
But exciting news. The movies, they're finally going to make a movie to it.
Oh, my God.
Yes, and I want you to guess who's going to direct it.
Rob Zombie.
You're right with the first name.
Really? I was right with the first name?
Yes.
Uh,
Robert.
Robert Downey Jr.
Robert Rodriguez has come aboard
Rodriguez, yeah. I don't know who that
the
is.
project, which has been dormant for the past several years. I'm getting this story from, it looks like it's called Heat Vision. I never heard of this website. Oh, no, the Hollywood Reporter I'm getting this from. Sorry. So moving the Warner Brothers adventure along is Terry Rossio, whose credited ranges from the Pirates of the Caribbean movies to the Mask of Zorro. So Rodriguez and Rossio are rewriting the scripts initially penned by Dan Mazu, with Rodriguez on board to direct. Dan Lin and Adrian Ascaria are producing. So Quest came out in 1964 on ABC primetime cartoon that chronicles the neato adventures of Quest, a boy who accompanies his father on global spanning missions. So you're right. Rounding out the team are Haji,
Of course.
a Kolkenti. I thought he was like just an Arab, but they say he's from some other country. So let's say he's an Arab because I'll make it easier. But he's an Arabic orphan and Johnny Quest's best friend, his pet bulldog Bandit, and the
I was
government
right about the
agent named Race Bannon. Johnny was voiced by Tim Matheson of Animal House fame, and his father, Ben C. Quest, was voiced by John Stephenson, who recently passed away. He did the voice of Mr. Slate in the Flintstones. So while the show lasted only one season, it was canceled not due to ratings, but because it was expensive to produce, which is weird. A cartoon?
A cartoon expensive to produce?
Wow. It lived on in lucrative syndication for the next few decades. The late 1980s and the 1990s brought forth cartoon rivals and comic books and Hollywood interests. So after Ted Turner brought the Hanna-Barbera library in the early 1990s, Richard Donner, who did Superman 2 and Lethal Weapon, and Lauren Donner were involved in an adaptation. Lynn, one of the producers behind the Lego Movie, and the other
Which
guy,
is awesome.
yeah, who was directing the upcoming Hitman Agent 47 movie, began developing the new version in 2007. It was also then that Mazu was hired to pen the script. The movie that was supposed to come out in 2010 was supposed to have Zac Efron as Johnny Quest, Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, as Bannon, and Peter Segal circling to direct. Quest may have found the right fit this time around with Rodriguez, who, apart from his violence in R-rated films, has shown a love for making kids' adventure movies with his fourth installments of Spy Kids, blah, blah. So Rodriguez is reported by WME and Loeb. Rosio is reps.
An R version of Johnny Quest.
Yeah, that's what I want to ask you.
That would actually be better.
You think so?
Yeah, because the people that remember it are older.
But he does Spy Kid movies. He did the
those movies are freaking horrible.
So that's what I'm wondering. If he does, is it going to be like Spy Kids? Going to be more like the spaghetti western of the Desperado, or do you think it'll be like more like Machete and Planet Terror, like a really dark like 70s like kind of like movie? If when he has this come out,
I don't think it'll be like any of those.
No.
No.
Well, that's what I'm hoping for. I hope he pulls back on the whole green screen thing that he used for the Spy Kids movies. I hope it's like kind of in between PG-13, not too dark, but you want it to be R-rated and blood and shit.
I wouldn't mind an R-rated Johnny Quest.
Yeah.
Or an NC-17 Johnny Quest.
You want to see some Johnny Quest penis, huh? You want to find out if
no man ass.
If
no,
Johnny Quest
that's R man
Man
ass. NC-17 would mean most likely boobies, maybe some gine.
Yeah. I don't know if it would really get wide release, though. That's the only problem. I can't really say that. So you're on board with the whole Johnny Quest movie coming out then? However, it actually is filmed,
And live action, I guess.
Yeah.
I would. It's a definite like rental or
Who do you think
watch
should
once
play
it's
Johnny
on,
Quest though? If they don't
regular
get Zac
cable.
Efron.
Who?
Yeah.
Zac Efron?
If they don't get him, what do you think they should? Because that was supposed to be like 5 years ago.
I don't know.
No, I'm trying to think who's an adorable boy that could play him. Not Justin Bieber, but somebody more that won't make me sick just seeing him on screen.
What was that Home Alone kid?
Yeah, they get Macaulay Culkin.
Macaulay Culkin, yeah.
Yeah, that might work. That might work.
He's older now, so.
You think so?
Yeah,
Think he's older?
He's probably losing his
I
hair
thought he
by
stayed
now.
12 years old forever.
He's probably losing his hair.
This beer's not that bad though. Let's
I think
wrap.
it's gross.
Now you hate it.
No, yeah. As soon as it gets warm, it's freaking disgusting.
Well, we got more
Mine's
in the
kinda
chamber
warm.
though. We got more
Yeah,
in the
I know.
chamber.
I can't finish that last bit. Otherwise, I'm gonna fucking hurl.
Well, speaking of hurling. Yes, we're trying to get Stu to vomit. You know,
No, that would be the Jameson.
well, we
The
got
Jameson, a shot of reviews. I will throw.
Well, then we're getting to the review portion, so now let's get the shot so we can get the shot of review part happening. Pour us some shots, boy.
If I do throw up, I'll make sure that the mic isn't far away, just so we can.
You want to get that on tape.
Yeah, definitely.
Or whatever they call it nowadays.
yeah.
All right, while Stu pours us our shots, let me just say the show again, the albums we're going to be doing. He was talking about going to a rave, so I thought it would be fit or party to do a dance album first before we get into the other album, which is a more indie record. All right, they're all ready. Let's toast.
Yes, they are. All right.
Toast another beautiful review.
All right.
Hope we agree this time.
We never do.
Yes, that's what makes it more interesting. Zedd, electric house DJ and producer from Germany, who also does progressive house, dubstep, and classical music as well, has a new album coming out, or came out a couple weeks ago, called True Colors, and it's not like a Cyndi Lauper album. It's his own thing. And if you don't know about Zedd, his song Clarity won the Best Dance Recording at the 56 Grammy Awards. And his debut album features popular artists like Matthew Koma, Elia Goulding, and Haley Williams had that song that came out. Have you heard this song that goes, that State of Night song? But that Justin Bieber song that Beauty.
No, I know Clarity.
Clarity. You know Clarity. That song I don't know.
Oh, I don't know the other song. Yeah.
Actually, I might have heard it, but I just don't recognize the name.
Yeah. They used to play it at the corner store all the time in the morning when I go and get my coffee.
Okay.
I'd hear Clarity at least twice a week going in there.
So anybody out there who has never heard of this guy, you have to be living under a rock because Stu has.
No, actually though, there's also Zedd's Dead. I don't know if they're related. I don't know if it's somebody wishing he was dead.
That's a line from Pulp Fiction.
Zedd's Dead?
Yeah. Zed's dead.
Oh, okay. Maybe that's where they got it from. But it's spelled different. It's one's Z-E-D and the other one is Z-E-D-D.
Yeah. This is the one we're
talking
about.
I actually really like Zedd's Dead, so.
I like that Zedd's dead too. Zedd was an asshole.
No, it's good dubstep and electronic EDM kind of shit.
All right, so we both heard this new album, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so anyone who hasn't heard, I must warn you that are not familiar with the style. This is completely generic E&M, from its poppy, atmospheric synthesizers to the cliche build-up before the beat drops. But songs like "Addicted to a Memory" and "Beautiful Now" are examples of what the rapper will.i.am was doing during this successful ruin of the Black Eyed Peas sound. And speaking of will.i.am, the one song on there that made me think of him was called Transmission, and it featured a rapper named Logic who shares his talent for blandness. However, you might be thinking I'm hating this album, but towards the middle, a song comes on called Paper Cut, which turns things around. I think that one was a beautiful dance number with a bit of trance mix that featured an Australian singer named Troye Sivan, which I never heard of. And when I heard this song, all I can imagine or picture in my head was a slightly sped up nightlife. You ever see those videos where cars driving at night? Yeah. You can see the lights, the headlights going, and it's all going fast. I imagine the person driving to a party, and it culminates to him arriving at a rave, and it's like a slow motion dance party where everyone's dancing in slow motion to the outro African drum beat that was coming on. Another song I liked in the album was called Bumblebee. It's almost an instrumental hardcore jungle.
Nah. That's actually that's Fidget House.
That's what it is?
Yep, that's okay. Fidget House. Or other a lot of people know it as Dutch House.
Okay, you know the song I'm talking about.
Yeah,
Which at that.
if you from Holland, it's Dutch house. If you're from anywhere else, it's fidget house.
So you know the song I'm talking about then.
Yeah,
Bumblebee. Okay,
yeah,
that song I like too because it didn't have a lot of words to it, but it really got me fucking pumped.
yeah.
But also it was kind of repetitive. But then again, that's the point of EDM anyway. So Stu, so far, what do you think of this? Let's go a little back and forth here. When you first heard it,
Okay. Well, the first couple tracks that I heard, I don't know if they're exactly in order from what I listened to, but the first couple tracks that I heard were kind of like Goa trance. It was good, real nice chill out stuff. That's probably what you didn't like, but I've listened to a lot of Goa trance and chill out. So
now what makes Goa trance? It's Goa trance.
Goa trance.
So isn't it all the same trance? I don't.
No. Goa
Okay.
trance is a lot softer.
Okay.
And it's
I can't see how
a
you
little
get any
more
softer than
like
trance.
spiritually sounding, if that's a particular sound. But
Okay. I didn't know you can get any softer than trance. I didn't know there was
no,
even a
yeah,
level.
yeah. There's hard trance as well. Yeah, yeah.
I can't hear that.
And there's psych trance.
that's
And,
like loungecore.
no,
music.
psych trance is more like psychedelic kind of sounding.
Okay.
There's tons of different genres and subgenres. But yeah, I would call it go. It's like Goa trance or chill out.
All right, go on. So
And but then I did hear. I was pleasantly surprised by some fidget house, sounds, Dutch house sounds, and
what did you think of the one song I want to talk about? The single that's on the radio is with Selena Gomez called "I Want You to Know."
okay.
What do you think? It's like the second song on the CD. What do you think of that song?
You know what? I think I might have skipped over that one.
Okay, so I agree
because they weren't in order, and I
It's-
think the first couple songs I didn't listen to because they didn't come up when I hit play.
Okay.
It skipped those for some reason. So
Oh.
I saw it afterwards, like maybe like an hour ago when I was finishing listening to it.
The
so.
song that song is I think was perfect for like a soundtrack to a 13-year-old slumber party. But then again, like I said, it's got Selena Gomez singing the vocals. So, and then the last song was on the album was called Illusions, and it features Echo Smith.
Yeah,
Have you
I
heard of
did.
him?
Yeah, I like that track. Yeah,
You
it was
do
good.
because I mean I
didn't like it?
thought like they didn't really use him too well, and that was the reason I didn't think it was that interesting of a song. The only thing interesting about the song is the fact that they're on it. But when you listen to it, it's like, whoa, they could be anybody.
Yeah.
But I didn't really like the song. So let me close out with this. Zedd's doing the same thing that David Guetta, is that his name? David Guetta is doing, and the same thing that Santana did with the album in 1999. The album was called Supernatural. He's basically getting a bunch of popular artists and putting them on his albums to obviously get more sales.
I thought it was a good multi-genre.
Well, I'm saying it's a formula that's kind of dead. That's kind of like I see what you're doing. It's like I want to be relevant for the scene, so I'm just gonna get a bunch of artists that are popular. So when the song comes on, like oh, you heard a new Justin Bieber song, and then you look at it, you're like, oh, it's Zedd and Justin Bieber. So I have to buy Zedd's album to get that song. Or the same thing David Guetta does. But the only difference between like them is that on this particular album, Selena Gomez to me is the only person that I'm familiar with, and it doesn't help that each song adds nothing new to the EDM sound. So you basically already heard this sound before. So when I listen to the album, I don't even think about it anymore. It's very generic, like I said in the beginning of the review.
True. Fidget's new shit.
I don't even think about the
They
song
got
anymore.
some very new sounds.
You
in
know
there.
like what I said in the beginning of the review. You know when it's a you know when it's gonna happen. You know the beat's gonna come.
I agree with
So
you.
that's
there.
what I'm saying. It's like this is very generic.
Too many builds.
Yeah, too many builds to the cliche
becoming-
beat drop.
Yes.
So I'm saying
I
like,
agree.
and then when you think about all the songs you've heard that do that, you don't separate this album from that. It's what he's doing is you've heard already. So there's no point in even buying this album. So I'm gonna say you got to skip this
But now
song.
you're hating on Mark Ronson.
I give
He
this
did the same thing. Generic builds.
Oh, we can't go back to old.
Oh, yeah, we can.
All right, so I say you skip this album. There were like 3 songs that were good, but I'm not even thinking about them anymore. So they're not. They obviously weren't that great. Stu, go ahead. What do you think of this album?
think it's a definite buy. A definite buy.
Oh shit! Let me push your button. There you go.
It's a good multi-genre. You really have to listen to the whole thing, and there's more than one flavor in there.
Yeah, but you don't think about the songs anymore. I bet you
Yeah,
tomorrow
no,
you won't
I,
even think
I
about it
will
anymore.
listen to it again. Yeah, yeah. Actually, I think it's really nice car music. So you know, cut out some of the aggression driving.
All right, man. Well, what did you guys think of the album? Let us know if you like it. Did you hate it? Am I right? Is Stu completely wrong?
Fuck you.
Say something. Give us your comments. We love to hear. That was fun. We're doing a good job. We're making good time. It's only been 40 minutes. And we only got one more review to go. How you doing over there, Little John? Of course. It's the only thing he says. I'm going to need another beer over here, too. I'm feeling good now. Like, this morning I woke up, I was fucking tired as shit.
So was I. Drank 2 cups of coffee and I was still tired.
I think being a family man is getting to me. But it's all right, though. I'll make it work.
Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you. In my daily events, not only Tennessee, but I have a new job interview.
Oh, you told me, but you want to tell the listeners?
I'm moving on up. I already told you.
Yeah, you text me. You have an interview. We'll celebrate when you actually have the job.
Okay, all right.
But let's have a toast to the job interview. When is it anyway?
Wednesday.
Nice. Remind me to mention. We'll
I
talk
have to
about
get interviewed by 4 different people, though.
I've had that before.
4 different people?
I had 3.
Isn't that excessive?
Never 4. Same day, right?
Same day, 4 interviews.
Yeah, I had 3 interviews for my job I have now.
Wow.
It's really because the guy leaves, the next person comes in. It's like they ask the same question, you have to tell the same story like 3 times.
I'm probably gonna have to pee in a cup too.
Well, they have bathrooms, you know. You don't have to do that.
No. Pee in a cup for testing.
Oh, okay. You do not leave this room, damn it. All right, next review. 21 Pilots, 4th album, indie pop duo. Did you know they were a duo? You thought they were more than 2 people?
Who?
21 Pilots.
21 Pilots?
They're only 2 guys.
Oh, I thought it was one guy, and then added instruments.
All right.
So it's 2 guys. All right.
It's a drummer and a singer who also plays keyboards and shit like that.
A rapper?
Right.
Because he does rap as well.
Yes, we'll get to that too.
Oh, wait, or didn't they say in one of the songs that he's not a rapper? They said something about that.
Oh, you're listening to the lyrics now.
Yeah.
Okay.
In the lyrics, they said
Okay.
something about not being a rapper. I was like, no, you're
rapping.
That's rapping.
So this is their second album. This is their 4th album overall, but their second album after signing to the major label, Fueled by Ramen in 2012. I'm not sure if they're a major label, but that particular signing is what made them more popular. But originally they were a 3-piece band before they became a 2-piece band with the singer Tyler Joseph and Josh Dunn by their second album. So I'll be honest with you, Stu. I'm not too familiar with the band, but I heard a few songs on the radio, and I noticed they've added an old school. They have like an old school hip hop style to the vocals, which reminds me a little bit of the Far Side. So
I've also never heard of them until you introduced me to
okay,
them.
so when
I've heard of Zedd before, but
Yeah,
I've never heard of these guys.
for a guy that likes to go to like EDM and shit, I'm not surprised you heard of one and not the other.
Okay.
But anyway, so they sound like Far Side, so I was kind of eager to hear them. So the first song that comes on the album, is like a fast-paced arsenal blast of hip-hop, which reminds me of kind of like Foster the People, like musically. And the song is called Heavy Dirty Soul. But
Yeah,
then
that's a good track.
yeah, the next song, Stressed Out, which is about the character Blurry Face. I know he's like talking about like, oh, I wish I remember the good old days when I used to like hang out as a kid
Also a
and
good track.
and like ride my bike and do all this stuff, and it's like a youthful song like about the like when he was younger, which I like too. A lot of reggae on this album,
Oh yeah, good
Like-
dub sound. Yeah.
like the
I
song-
was impressed.
like the song Ride. It's like kind of a pop reggae song. So like, I know I sent you like the album, which is out of order, but like 3 songs in a row I already mentioned. So this album's good. And then they have another song which I think will be a good single called "Tear in My Heart," which is like a sunshine poppy sound, which reminds me of a band you remember called OK Go.
No.
No. Okay. Well, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. So because they wrote really good songs too, but then again, OK Go, the reason people really know that band is the treadmill video. But not I'm not knocking them that for copying a bunch of different styles and then meshing into one thing. Because you can't put the thing I like about the band when you hear the song "Lane Boy" and the song "The Judge," I think those songs really showcase the style that the band has, which they blend really well, different styles. The first song I mentioned, "Lane Boy," has like a piano, like in heavy dance jungle drum beat to it, and the second song I mentioned, "The Judge," has more like a pop guitar and heavy keyboard sound. And they both contain like Tyler's chilled like white boy rhymes. I know
Well,
the way he
okay,
raps. I like,
okay.
but go ahead.
Well, yeah, we got to discuss this because
Yeah, let's
okay,
talk about it.
does have that raga sound, does have that,
Right.
and I don't know how often he visits Jamaica or anything,
Hmm.
or how do you feel about that though?
Like
That he
the thing I
has
like,
that
the
sound,
thing I like about it, you weren't expecting it to happen. So I
really?
wasn't gonna like him to do reggae. Like
Okay.
from the song I heard previously to this album, I was expecting to hear that. But then when they pull like a reggae song here and there, I'm like, this is more poppy reggae. It's not like in the roots of Jamaica. It was like a white guy doing reggae, which doesn't bother me. I don't think there's any race that should has to only do a specific kind of music. Black people can do punk rock music. White people can do like reggae music. I don't give a fuck. But it was
No,
like
yeah, no,
it
no.
was fine.
It's been coming up from from jungle to drum and bass to dubstep. That ragga roots kind of style. I mean, you even had Sublime even did this a similar thing.
Right, yeah.
You know,
So I'm not complaining what he's doing
it's more or
or what
less
they're doing.
okay. It's more or less one love then.
Yeah. I don't care. So what are you saying about they had? I counted 3 or 4 reggae parts of the whole album. It's not like a full reggae song. It's like they have reggae moments, they have dubstep moments, they have like rap moments.
Yes.
Every song has like different
I
styles
caught some
into
really
one.
good trance synth patches in
Right.
there too.
So they're just pulling from everywhere for one track, and then when you want to pigeonhole them into one sound, you can't. But then the whole album, when I listen to his voice, I'm like, you sound like someone I know, and I couldn't figure it out until the song that came on that was my favorite song on the whole album called "We Don't Believe What's on TV."
Oh yes.
His vocals sound a lot like Ben from the Death Cab for Cutie. You ever heard that man?
Yeah.
I realized, okay, you sound just like him. And then when I listen to other songs, like we were saying before, they borrow styles from like capital cities. One song reminded me of Imagine Dragons, and they just grab different elements of music and then they use it into one thing. But at the same time, you can't pigeonhole them and say, "Oh, you sound like this," because they do different things. So what I'm saying is, what I'm sensing from this album compared to the songs I heard is they have a more mature sound, which really shows with the last song, ballad, which the ballady song "Goner." However, they lost their energy. I thought they haven't lost their energy, I should say, which you'll see what I mean when the song ends. The song I was talking about, "Goner." And one other thing I really like about them is they encouraged me to want to go back in their catalog and hear other things they've done. So I'm gonna give this song something you should definitely buy. Fans will not be disappointed. What do you think, Stu?
Um, I wish there was a little less of the rapping. That way, when it came in, it hit a little harder. But they did have a lot of different elements that were really good. I mean, they switched up instruments on almost every track, whether or not they're synthesizer instruments or I heard some mandolin in there, and I
That's
believe
the
that was
indie pop sound. Yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
that's what I was saying is I think is popular now, but I like what they pull that in, like
Yeah.
Imagine Dragons. I want to say another band that does that mandolin thing would be like what Mumford and Son used to do, but it's just different things, and I don't know how long they've been doing that, but I'll find out when I listen to their older stuff. But I think that's what's good about a band is if you hear something new by them and it encourages you to want to hear more, whether it to go back to what they've been listening to. I think that's what's great about them. But go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt your review.
No, 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 that's fine. Yeah, I would go with a download it. Not a bad download it, but I probably wouldn't pick it up to buy.
So you only liked a few songs.
I'm gonna pay to download it at a discounted price, but yeah, it wasn't the best, but it was really interesting, and I did like how they changed throughout each song. But sometimes I am more for an album that kind of pulls everything together.
All right, so we both technically enjoyed it somewhat, so we're on the right track there. But what did you guys think? Did you like this album? Did you hate it? Did you think it was okay, like Stu said? Send us your comments and let us know. So this is the part of the show where we would take we would go to our emails, but there are no emails. So let's
Really,
end
no
the show
emails?
right now.
I'm gonna send you one.
All right, do something. Another great show in the books. So, if you want to get in touch with us, you can email us at njhybridradio.net or .net is our website. If you want to email us, let's say it, go to njhybridradio@gmail.com. Or we have a Facebook page, which is facebook.com/njhybridradio. Go on there, leave us some comments, or look at our great pictures, and you'll find what else we'll put up, things that's going on, our recent interviews, everything like that, or our new pictures, or anything like that, things we like, things we hate. Until then, this is Jarrell and Stu. You want to say anything?
Nope.
Nope.
Signing out.
off. Have a good night.